and every information as well as actual quotes from Embargo.
Jurgen, has the FA Cup taken on greater significance on the back of the last couple of results?
That would mean that we thought before differently about FA Cup and said, if we are still in Capital One Cup, then we don't want to play FA Cup. No. So I know what you mean. The next game now, of course, we lost the last two. So yeah, that changed a little bit of view on the third game, of course, but it doesn't change our view on the FA Cup in general. So we knew about the importance of this tournament, and even when a few people thought we don't know about it because the lineup in the first round, in our first round, but of course we knew about it, and so no, it didn't change.
Yeah, one of the suggestions about Liverpool's loss of form was that the energy is not as high as it was in the season. You'll get physical reports that we don't get to see. What are they?
You don't have physical reports?
We don't get to see what you see in terms of the players' physical levels. So are they telling you anything about their energy?
No, exactly. They are still as high in all parts as they were before, especially in distance. The games are different, so sometimes the sprints we have less sprints to do. Can do less when you have always the ball. You cannot be always. Where do you want to sprint? Yeah, this direction makes no sense. So that of course change in a few games, and it's completely different when you play United, City, or Swansea. That's a big difference. So no, they didn't change. It's not a fitness problem until now.
So the type of games are the players' fitness.
Sorry.
It's the type of games, it's the type of opposition.
No, obviously we didn't play that well. We could have won games. We could have won at United. Yeah. We could have won, of course, against Swansea. So it's not about the things you can measure. We have to. Football is about decision making. You have to make the right decision in the right moment. So, and obviously we didn't that often enough. So we don't look for excuse. We don't say it's God's judgment that we don't win anymore or something like this. It's really we are 100% sure it's our responsibility. That's no doubt. We are in doubt. We are not in doubt about this. But decision making is to change. If you're not that good in the last few games, then it's to change. We work on it already. And I thought, but at the end, then you make the right decision in preparing chances, and at the end you have to you have to score. So that's how it is. And we had the chances. Everybody saw them, and I don't know exactly how often we shot from inside the 6-yard box in the last few games. So but didn't score, obviously. That's then you have to carry on. And this will change again, and that's all to say about this. It's not we don't run less, we don't invest less. We 1 or 2 games we created less. That's right. Coming back to decision making, playing the right pass because we didn't see him. But how I said, it's still a process. It's not even when we've had a few games when everybody thought from now on everything we fly, or something like this. Unfortunately, the season is too long, and when you stop flying in one moment, then it's hard work to go back in this mood, and that's all. But that's our situation. Other teams will have the situation, and then hopefully we already sorted it. And that's how it is. It's not a bigger thing. It's only it was not good enough in a few moments in the last few games, and that changed the results completely.
A couple of press conferences ago, you told us that you had spotted something that was a problem, but you thought you'd come through it. I think you were referring to maybe around certainly the City game and then the Sunderland game. I assume that
that was actually physical, but physical not in a measure even. So I don't know exactly, but let me say, for example, Man City game was very intense, 121 probably like this, running. So it's not that I said before the game, come on, City, let's do the 120 mark. Yeah? So that's not like this. The Sunderland game then was, if the intensity of the last game was that big, and then you play in a Sunderland a completely different game. One time you have to defend you close spaces in a second, because City, even when you don't all like writing a lot of not so positive things about their style of play. I saw the game against Tottenham. If anybody says this game was a fair draw, come on, they should have won. I don't know when in this game. So and they didn't. They have a difficult moment, obviously, and it didn't finish and score often enough. But that was for us a really difficult game to play. And then 2 days later, completely different. And obviously, we're kind of tired in mind and couldn't do this. It's always physical, of course, but the influence is on the mindset. And that was the first thing. I don't remember exactly which was the next game then. After Sunderland was second, then we had, was it already Plymouth? Yeah. So we changed the team, but was not. We changed last year. We changed against Leeds a lot of positions in the Capital One Cup and played wonderful football because everybody was fresh and they could show how good they are. In this game, they couldn't show exactly how good they are. So you come in this game. So it's the physical intensity of the season. Yeah, has influence on.
I was going to ask you that. You said you had come through it, and yet
Yeah.
2 games, people then questioned whether you were physically.
No, it's again.
Do you think that? No.
Look, the results we had, of course, had an influence of the when we played Swansea and we played first half. In an earlier part of the season, 0-0 half time in a game like this, that's less than a problem. It's nothing. That's only okay. We know how it is. We make a little change here, a little change there. What we do usually in a half time, and second half, they cannot stand the concentration to defend us all the time like this. So, but we were not in this mood. We were not okay. We do it now. It was more, oh my God, again against the wall. And then we came out. They played 2 long balls and poof, 2-0 down. But then we were, if you want, under pressure and awake and whatever, and came back and equalized. Yeah, and then was flying again and forgot defending, and you got it. So you don't have to concede a goal. And if we played the last pass even by ourselves, so and that's then when you lose 3-2. We could have scored afterwards. So it's not about then. You cannot say then. So we were a completely different physical and mental situation. But for this specific challenge, then obviously not ready. So that's we have to say. Yeah, and then you play Southampton, and in a difficult game, you create chances. They have only counter-attacks, but they have them. That makes it really difficult to stay confident and ready for risk in the right moments with passing when all in possession, because each bad pass is a counter-attack. So it's a little bit more safety first. Yeah, but we did really well in the second half. And you concede the goal in the last minute. We don't get a penalty. They get the ball from the line and all that stuff. So that's unlucky, of course. We cannot say it's we are 100% responsible for the performance. But in games like this, when you do nearly everything right, you need a little bit of luck, or the right decision or whatever. We would have won, and it's different. It changed already. That's what I want to say. It's not the same situation it was at the beginning of January, of course.
Just back to the question of whether you can afford to, because obviously you'd want to give them a break in this game because 3 games in 6 days. Can you afford to do that?
No. We will make changes, of course. Where we can make changes, we will do it, but not, of course, because the intensity and all that stuff, but we will have a really good side. So we have now the possibility to bring this player and that player again, and playing half-time, 60 minutes for players who played on Wednesday, that's no problem. Yeah, we should not go, not all of them should go again 90 minutes, but it's a little bit of a detailed work, who, when, how long, but then we have a strong lineup.
Would it be in your mind to play Daniel to help his confidence?
In my mind, but I made no decision until now, of course.
Okay, good. Thank you, guys.
Welcome. Bitte.